Lady's Mantle, Fortitude. Lady's Mantle will be there when you're ready to wrap a blanket around your shoulders, call in her protection, and enter the dark forest. She whispers, "You can make it through this lifetime. Your soul is whole, and no matter what pains or abuse the physical world throws at you, you have integrity of spirit." She's particularly wise in cases of trauma, murmuring the names of the roads that will carry you through and out of those dark woods. Lady's Mantle doesn't demand, she waits, knowing you'll find both bravery and fortitude within. She never loses faith in your strength, and with her help, neither will you. Ritual. And then? To begin to build your fortitude, play the "and then" game by taking an imaginary journey through your own worst fears. I have to pause here and reassure you that imagining scary things does not call them into being. While your thoughts do shape your reality, it's because thoughts direct actions, not because mere thinking shifts the foundations of the universe. Back to your journey through the forest of your fears. This is both scary and enlightening. On the one hand, you will be imagining your worst nightmares. On the other hand, you'll see that you have the skills and fortitude you need to make this journey. Are you ready? What's your biggest fear? Is it that a loved one will die, or that you'll lose your house or job? Maybe you're afraid of never finding love at all, or of your partner having an affair. Whatever this thing is, imagine it's happened. Then ask yourself, and then? For instance, you might dread your mother's death. Imagine this has happened. Ask yourself, and then? And then I can't stop crying. And then? Keep repeating "and then" as you unpack your fears and unspool possible futures. The game isn't over until you're out of the woods and your answers no longer terrify you. Reflection. Face your shadow. When we avoid our own shadows, it's often because we feel we lack the strength to face them. We believe that they will overpower our light or that our life will change irrevocably, and we doubt that we have the fortitude to deal with that. Lady's Mantle knows this isn't true. She knows unexplored dark spaces can become black holes, sucking at our happiness. Her faith in our strength is absolute. Do you doubt your ability to visit the dark forest and come out stronger and more whole? Lavender, tough love. People think lavender is soft, useful for shaping quiet space and calming rowdy children. But beneath her powdery scent is a hint of menthol. Smell it? That bite at the back of your palate? While lavender appears to be the down-to-earth and gracious grandmother who will soothe your soul and sing you to sleep, you're living a rare and blessed life if that's all you ever need from her. If circumstances should change, call on lavender. She handles emergencies with military precision, keeping a cool head and a stout heart. She'd make a fine spy, field nurse, or leader of the resistance, cloaking her stilly strength under a sloppy gray bun and the familiar scent of summer. When lavender appears, it's time to ground yourself and dig into the task at hand. Ritual. Foot bathing. Foot baths are more than a mere luxury. They open the blood vessels, helping to keep things flowing both literally and metaphorically. Treat yourself to a warm foot bath and with some lavender flowers or a bit of lavender essential oil. A warm scented foot bath evokes lavender's nurturing side. If you want to experience her true might, though, set up both a warm foot bath and a cold one side by side. Alternate your feet between the two, warm for 60 seconds, cold for 10 seconds, and repeat. This alternation causes your blood vessels to contract and expand, and it's an excellent healing remedy. It also illustrates lavender at her finest, healing even when it doesn't feel quite like pampering. Mixing water and oil. Remember the saying, water and oil don't mix? To keep lavender, or any other essential oil, from floating on the surface of your bath water, mix it with mineral or sea salt. Just 3 to 5 drops of essential oil in a 1/4 cup of mineral or sea salt is enough for a foot bath. Mash it around with a fork or in a mortar and pestle, and then add the mixture to the bath water. Reflection. Do you cool or inflame? How do you handle the ups and downs of daily life? Are you cool-headed and empathetic? Or do your own emotions rise up, keeping you from helping yourself or others? Do you step in or walk away? Do you thrive on drama, inflaming situations simply to watch them burn? Lavender approaches every emergency with the same question. What can I do to create calm on every level? Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. How can you bring this lavender's lesson into your life? Little Owl, Key into Wisdom. Little Owl has been the companion of a goddess and the patron of a city, so don't let the word little fool you. This icon of wisdom sat on the Athena's blind side, illuminating what even a goddess could not see. Athena, Greek goddess of wisdom, knew that being wise requires us to acknowledge our own weaknesses, to understand that even goddesses are not all-knowing. Blindness in and of itself is not a fault. Failure comes from refusing to call on those who will help you understand the whole. Little Owl sees what you cannot. Call on her when you're ready to listen. Ritual. Ask wise questions. Little Owl teaches us that even a goddess can't know and see everything. Each of us has a blind side created by enculturation, prejudice, or simple lack of understanding. Of course, it's hard to know what you don't know. When facing decisions where you need to see the biggest possible picture, it's helpful to have some ritual questions to ask yourself. You can even deputize a close friend to ask you these questions when you come looking for advice. How will the situation look in 5 years or a decade from now? What will the outcome of my decision look like in 5 years, in a decade? Am I attached to being right? Are there parts of myself that I will lose if I behave a certain way? What decision might create the highest good for all involved? Reflection, calling in counsel. It takes a bit of bravery and a lot of self-awareness to admit you have a blind side, that you are not all-knowing, especially if you're a goddess. If Little Owl were to sit on your shoulder, what types of things would she need to whisper to you? What areas of your life sit in your personal blind spots? Can you admit when you're wrong? Do you allow people around you to change, or do you insist on seeing them in a fixed way? Are you too trusting or not trusting enough? Do you have trouble with money or business or science? Are you willfully ignorant of how other people feel about you. Acknowledging areas in your life where you are blind allows you to strategize and call in the support you need, whether that's an accountant or a therapist. You can think of these helpers as your own little owl, and know that when you allow yourself counsel and advice, you are moving toward wisdom.